Hello and welcome back at the second session of Protocols and Models. Here will be an annex about what it wasn't included in the second session of Protocols and Models, and it will be describe the evolution of protocol suite and the protocols included in each layer of TCP/IP protocol suite. Hopefully you will enjoy it. As we said further, a protocol suite is a set of protocols that work together to provide comprehensive network communication services. And since in the 1970s, there have been several different protocol suites, some developed by a standard organization and others developed by various vendors. And during the evolution of network communication and the internet, there were several competing protocol suites, as it is shown in this figure. And we will see that there is the TCP/IP layered protocol. We will have the application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and the network layer. And there are the Internet Protocol Suite or TCP/IP model. And this is the most common and relevant protocol suite used today. The TCP/IP protocol suite is one of the open standard protocol suite maintained by the Internet Engineering Task Force. And we will also have the Open System Interconnection, or as it is called, OSI protocols, and this is a family of protocols developed jointly in 1977 by the International Organization for Standardization and the International Telecommunication Union. The OSI protocol also included a 7-layered model called the OSI reference model. The OSI reference model categorizes the function of its protocol. Today, OSI is mainly known for its layered model. The OSI protocols have largely been replaced by TCP/IP model protocol. We will also have the AppleTalk. It is a short-lived proprietary protocol suite released by Apple in 1985 for Apple devices, but since in 1997, Apple adopted TCP/IP model protocol to replace the AppleTalk. We also have the Novel Netware, which also is a short-lived proprietary protocol suite and network operating system developed by Novel in 1983 using the IPX network protocol, but since 1997, like Apple, they adopted TCP/IP protocol to replace the IPX protocol. The TCP/IP protocol is used by the Internet and the network of today. The TCP/IP has two important aspects for vendors and manufacturers. The first one is that it is an open standard, which means that it is freely available to the public and can be used by any vendor on their hardware or in their software. And the second one is standards-based, and with this, it means that it has been endorsed by the networking industry and approved by a standards organization. This ensures that products from different manufacturers can interoperate successfully. Today, the TCP/IP protocol suite includes many protocols and continues to evolve to support new services. Some of the more popular are shown in this figure. And as we can go through the layers, we can see each protocol used in those layers. So if we go to the application layer, we can see that the application layers has this protocol. So we have the domain name system, which translate domain names such as google.com, for example, into IP addresses. We have the host configuration, and here we have the DHCP version 4, which is a dynamic host configuration protocol for IP version 4, and the DHCP v4 server dynamically assign IPv4 addressing information to the DHCP version 4 clients at startup and allow the addresses to be reused when they are no longer needed. We have even the DHCP v6, which is a dynamic host configuration protocol for IPv6, and it is similar to DHCP v4, but a DHCP v server dynamically assigns IPv6 addressing information to the DHCP version 6 clients at startup. We have even the stateless address auto configuration, which stands for CLAACE, and it is a method that allows a device to obtain its IPv6 addressing information without using a DHCP v6 server. And we have the protocols for emails too, which we will have the simple mail transfer protocol, and enables clients to send email to a mail server and enable server to send emails to the other server. We have the post office protocol version 3, and it will enable clients to retrieve emails from a mail server and download the emails to the client's local mail application. And we will also have the Internet Message Access Protocol, who enables clients to access emails stored on a mail server as well as maintaining emails on the server. We also will have the file transfer protocols, who will have the file transfer protocol, who sets the rules that enable a user on one host to access and transfer files to and from another host over a network. FTP, or File Transfer Protocol, is reliable, connection-oriented, and acknowledged file delivery protocol. We also have the Secure Shell File Transfer Protocol, and it is an extension to Secure Shell Protocol and can be used to establish a secure file transfer session in which the file transfer is encrypted. The Secure Shell is a method for secure remote login that is typically used for accessing the command line of the devices. And we also have the Trivial File Transfer Protocol, who is a simple connectionless file transfer protocol with best effort acknowledged file delivery, and it is used less overhead than the file transfer protocol. And so we will have even the protocols for the web and web services, who we will have the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, who set a rule to exchanging text, graphic images, sound, video, and other multimedia files on the World Wide Web. We also have the HTTP Secure. So we have the Secure Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is a secure from an HTTP that encrypts the data that is exchanged over the World Wide Web. And we also have the Representational State Transfer. Is a web service that uses application programming interface and HTTP requests to create web application. And if we go to the other layer, to the transport layer, we have the connection-oriented protocol, who is the transfer control protocol, and enable reliable communication between processes running on separate hosts and provide reliably acknowledged transmission that confirm successful delivery. And we will have even the protocol for connectionless, and it is the user datagram protocol. Enable a process running on one host to send packets to a process running on another host. However, comparing to the TCP, UDP protocol does not confirm successful datagram transmission. And if we go to the other layer, to the internet layer, is the second layer at the TCP/IP protocol. If we go from bottom to the top, and we have the internet protocol, who will have three protocols. It is IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4, who receives message segment from the transport layer, packages message into packets, and address packets for end-to-end delivery over a network. Use an IPv4 address with 32 bits. And we will have even the IP version 4, which is IPv6, and it is similar to IPv4, has the same function, but the address here is longer, which means that it is 128 bits. And we also have the network address translation, who translates IPv4 addresses from a private network into a globally unique public IPv4 addresses. We will have even the protocol for messaging, which we will have the Internet Control Message Protocol for IPv4, and who provides feedback from a destination host to a source host about errors in packet delivery. We also will have for IPv6, which have the same function to the Internet Control Message Protocol for IPv4, but it is used for IPv6 packets. And we will even have the Internet Control Message Protocol version 6, Neighbor Discovery. It includes 4 protocol messages that are used for addresses resolution and duplicate address destination. And lastly, we will have the routing protocols, who we will have 3 of them that are very important. And the first one is Open Short Path First. It's a link state routing protocol that uses a hierarchical design based on arrays. OSPF protocol is an open standard interior routing protocol. We also have the Enchained Interior Gateway Routing Protocol, which stands for AIGRP protocol, and it's an open standard routing protocol developed by Cisco that uses a composite metric based on bandwidth, delay, load, and reliability. And we will have even the Border Gateway Protocol. It's also an open standard exterior gateway routing protocol used between internet service provider and is commonly used between internet service providers and their large private clients to exchange routing information. And at the last layer, which is the network access layer, we have the protocol for address resolution. We stand for Address Resolution Protocol that provides dynamic address mapping between the IPv4 address and the hardware address. We stand for MAC address. And we have the data link protocols, who will have Ethernet that defines the rules for wiring and signaling standards of the network access layer and wireless LAN area network, who defines the rules for wireless signaling across the 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz radio frequencies. So these are all the protocols depending on the layers of the TCP/IP protocol suite. And we will go further to TCP/IP communication process. And for the moment, thank you for being with me at the second session of protocols and methods, and waiting forward to see you with the two other topics at the third session, where we will discuss about the data encapsulation and data access. And for the moment, thank you for being with me again, and please do not forget to subscribe at my YouTube channel AA Networking and hit the button notification to notify you for the new videos that are coming each Monday. Thank you and see you soon.